This is Good Taste Brekky with Chloe and her family locked away. Joining us this morning is one of our great mates, Matt.
One of our favourites.
Yes.
Love this bloke.
Australian born, but he's known in New Zealand. He's known all around the world,
internationally.
really.
He's a legend. The winner of the last Australian Idol, that was in 2009, the one and only, the great Stan Walker.
Good morning.
Hey, Stan.
Sure.
Good morning, chit.
Now, you're in lockdown in New Zealand at the moment. How's it all going for you?
It's been really good, eh? Like, the first week I was losing my head. I was like, what the heck am I up to? What am I doing? Everything's set in, and like I just got all gears that I can work with, and I'm loving it. This is the most still I've been in like 12 years. Most home cooked meals I've had in like 12 years. So like it's actually been really awesome for me. I think when I go out of here, I'm gonna I won't even want takeaways because I've been getting fed like a king here.
It's funny, I think some people are embracing the opportunity to sort of be still and sort of, I guess reflect and spend quality time with family. I see you're taking that on board.
Yeah, I've actually been loving it. Like even with there's 6 of us in this house, I'm staying with my best mate and all his family, and it's just awesome spending time with my niece. Like last night, we were playing in her little play kitchen. Like I stay in her room, so I've got a play kitchen right next to the bed and all these teddy bears and everything. But it's just been cool to actually get to know our families in different ways than we've known.
You're doing some amazing things with Youthline while you're in isolation as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I've been an ambassador for Youthline for a few years now, and still doing our, initiatives. I think the sad thing about what's happening now is, with everybody being locked down, unfortunately, there's been more of a higher demand for Youthline. Fortunately, abuse at home has kind of gone up in this time. Some people are trapped, so if I can do anything to help out, and I think lately I've just been interviewing people and talking to people and, friends and also professionals to ask them what's, some good tools to use while in isolation, while in lockdown, and hopefully level 3 can open up opportunities for people to get out a little bit more.
Yeah. Not
so much like go and hang out with people, but, some kids get to go to school because parents are working, and sometimes they might need that because their home life is different. So I love it, and I can relate to those kids because that was my upbringing as a kid too. So to have these tools and Youthline there to be a source that actually helps, it's amazing.
What are some of the tips that you have gained from people in that space as to how to keep positive during this time, I guess, as families?
I think to be honest, it's not even so much the big things. From what I've experienced myself and also the kind of tips that I've been given, it's just little things. Get up in the morning, make your bed, have a shower, get dressed up like you're getting ready for the day. It's those little things that actually help your day kind of, go, because there's a lot of people experiencing anxiety, depression and stuff like that. And I know what that feels like, but I think it's getting the little things happening, even if if I'm going to catch up with my mates at night, I'll get dressed up like we're going out or something, like we can have a party, so I'll get
Zoom.
dressed up or something like that.
Mate, you know what, Stan? You know what, Stan? I'll tell you, the other day I said to Chloe, she wanted to go and do some training. I said, go and have a shower, you'll feel better. And then
before I train,
when I was young,
why would you shower before you train?
When I was young, I had a coach say to me, don't come to training showered and dressed and ready to go. And I'm thinking, but I'm going to get dirty. He goes, you want to feel good, so you train good. And it's true though, isn't it, Stan?
Yeah.
You get up, you get dressed, you have a shower, you make yourself feel good, and then everything else will operate in a lot better fashion, I believe.
Oh, I 100% believe that. It's honestly, everybody's just focused on the big things, but if you don't get the little things, there's this verse in the Bible, and I stick by this, it's the little foxes that spoil the vine, and I'm like, man, that's just my whole life. I always miss the little things, and then you get to the big things, you're like, how did that happen?
We're going to continue this chat with Stan Walker in just a moment. Right now, though, here he is singing Black Box on Good Taste Brekky with Chloe and her family locked away. This is Good Taste Brekky with Chloe and her family locked away. Now, if you've just joined us, Matt and I are chatting to none other than recording artist legend Stan Walker.
Now, Stan, I have just walked the Kokoda Trail with another Kiwi, Aussie, singing legend named John Stevens. It was an amazing week, and one thing that happened over there was everything went into lockdown while we were there. So we came back, and I could see sort of the devastation on his face, not being able to get out and be able to perform for his fans, and just the energy that must give you as a performer. How have you had to deal with that over the last few weeks? Because I know you get so much energy, so much back from your fans.
Oh, 100%. I think, like I said, that first week, the first 2 weeks was really hard because, and I think I try not to be woe me, my life is hard and I've lost all these gigs, because we're literally all in this together. The whole world is in lockdown, and we're all experiencing, so much loss in terms of work and, whatever it may be. But it definitely is it's a hard pill to swallow when you know what your year looks like, and then suddenly that whole year disappears, like within days, and our year is so unsure. But I miss it so much. I miss being on stage. I miss touring. I miss doing shows. I miss traveling. I'm ADD. I'm always ready to go. I can't sit still. But I think that's the best thing about this is it's literally forced me to sit still and have a break. And I don't get that. I was already before. I just flew back from Melbourne a week before lockdown in New Zealand, and we just gone to level 3, and that lasted for 2 days, and the rest of the year changed. I thought I was coming back here to have a week here and then go back to Australia and then continue and then go to America, and then it all changed. So that was a hard pill to swallow, but at the same time, now I'm if it's forced me to stay home and train every day and actually just be still and not have to move around or do anything and talk to people. I've been talking to my family and friends in ways that I've never talked to them. Our dialogue has changed, the closeness has changed, and I would never, I'd do this again and again and again to have that. So there's one thing I miss singing, but I'm loving all the new changes that are happening in my life at the moment.
Well, you are still singing, because I noticed on your Instagram the other day you've collaborated with 20 other artists in lockdown, and you've created a song.
It's a cool song too.
Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, that was so cool to be a part of. And it was funny when they were messaging me. My auntie, she's a singer as well. Her name's Bria Hall, and she was on there. And she was messaging me. She goes, "Neff, they want you to be on the song." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sweet." And they're like, to encourage people to stay home. And I'm like, oh, but what if I don't want to? What if I don't want to? Because I'm like, yes, everybody stay home, save lives. But in the same time, I'm like, I want to go out.
You can't get caught going out now.
Yeah, I know, and I'm like, damn it, now I have to stick to my word. I'm on a song. But it was cool though. Just to it was a home job. I didn't even have a mic. I had to get somebody to deliver a mic and just do all that setup. But it was so cool. Just to in this time to encourage people, because people would say I do interviews during this time, they're like, "How are you surviving?" I was like, "I'm not surviving. I'm thriving." Surviving sounds like it's a desperate time, but for some people it is survival mode right now.
Yeah.
The unsurety of what's happening, and some people's home life is hell. So there are a lot of people out there surviving. So something like this is just a reminder that that we know we see them, or even though we don't see them, but that we're here for everybody. So that was cool to be a part of.
Yeah, well, we're going to play that song right now. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, Stan Walker.
Thank you.